Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to Valorant News and a lot to follow up on today on the Rostermania front of things. cNeD, is he going to go to 100 Thieves? Teammates are certainly baiting about the possibility of that being the case. Not exactly sure that's 100% set in stone though as of yet. Many other topics to dive into today as well though. Very much enjoying your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button, it's the best thing you can do. Top this channel reach new people. And please consider subscribing as well if you have not yet already. Thanks very much for 4,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure we hit that yesterday. So just straight up beautiful stuff. Onwards and upwards from here. 10k, 100k. We'll get there at some point or another. So firstly, I thought this was quite remarkable really from one of the top Bulgarian teams, I believe, in the Valorant side. Hi everyone. As Activated Esports, I guess their current team, breached our contract and did not pay us salaries for 2 months, we'll be terminating our contract and we'll be playing the final of this the Nations League under the tag of Sunny Beach. More information soon. DM for an esports lawyer. So this is kind of crazy, right? Like I think generally in many scenes, there's always this kind of situation where some organizations come in, they say they're going to pay you some money, turns out the money actually never arrives at your bank account, right? And these kind of issues can tend to evolve in these scenes where they're not franchised. Even when they're franchised, things can go wrong, but generally, like, I'm pretty sure every esport has history of dodgy organizations that never pay their team properly. What I thought was incredible here, frankly, was actually the reply that came through from Activated Esports, I guess their organization. Like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Cool with the kind of it's absolutely fine, mate. DM2 if you want to know why. All the best for the future. Like, why is there a winky face here? I can't understand this, to be honest. Like, the reply was just absurd. Like, hey, Carlos, how you doing? When can we expect salary for November? And, apparently, like, well, this didn't really get anywhere, to be honest. So, kind of incredible to see, frankly. I guess maybe they can get this sorted out, who knows? It's tough to say whether they can actually get any of this money back. Like, where they take him to court, see how this type of thing goes. There has been cases in the past where, like, the organization will, like, basically disband, and therefore, like, there's no money actually left to pay some of the players at the end of the day. Hopefully, things work out for the best for them. I just thought this whole exchange on the tunnel here was kind of absurd between an organization, their power and players, but I guess they are going to be moving on in a different direction. Let's talk about some Rostermania stuff then. So as Purist says, he's done a lot of great reporting on this lately over at the VALORANT.GG side. 10-star Russ is potentially going to the guild situation, so maybe obviously a pretty big deal, not a huge deal. Of course, we're waiting for some big changes maybe with 100 Thieves, T1. These organizations could be involved. No rumors as of yet about too many other teams, but the cNeD question mark is of course the big one right now, and more stuff coming out on that pretty much yesterday. So, well, this comes out from Fear on Fire, right? Finish this sentence. In 2022, World Champion cNeD will be playing professionally for ... question mark. Where's he going to go? Because yesterday it was confirmed, or at least, highly rumored, that he has not yet re-signed for Ascend. And despite my theory being that he's just kind of, looking at the different options, looking at the different organizations, getting maybe some cash offers in, and then he can go back to Ascend and say, okay, this is what you're going to have to pay me to keep me on your roster. But whenever you do that, it's possible that, you actually talk to some of these organizations. They say, okay, look, we're going to build the team you want. Like, you can come to our organization, you can live out here. Like, with these guys, we'll pay you this much money. That's going to be a tough offer to match. Maybe we'll give you these additional bonuses and stuff like this. And then all of a sudden he thinks, okay, hang on a second, this 100 Thieves offer is actually pretty damn good. Maybe I should consider it, right? I get to play with the guys I want. Who knows? Now, I imagine he wants to play with the Ascend guys that he just won the champions with. But it's still by no means absolutely guaranteed that that's what's going to happen, because even if he's telling the Ascend guys right now, like, I'm just talking to these guys, like, I'll come back to you guys when I get, the offer confirmed from Ascend, like, it's still by no means guaranteed if he's not yet re-signed. So as Starxo says in the reply here, of course, his teammate on this team, like, I'm pretty sure he had basically identical stats in the grand final series up against Gambit at Champions. I don't want to leak, but it's 100 Thieves. So, of course, that was the rumor yesterday that it was going to be 100 Thieves. Now, of course, the fact that he says this probably implies that it's not going to be 100 Thieves, right? You would imagine. If he's saying this on the timeline, you'd think it wasn't. At the same time, though, like, how much does he really know, right? Maybe cNeD just telling the guys, yeah, I'm not going anywhere, don't worry about it. But still, I guess he wouldn't say this if he was just 100% confirmed going to 100 Thieves. You would think. It's always tough to sometimes read into some of this stuff. This also, right from Starxo, he tweets outright, because, well, as you can see, it's a Jet doing something or other. Now, of course, cNeD, their Jet player, like, is he kind of saying, hey, we need a new Jet player? Like, what's going on here? It's kind of tough to say. There was a little bit back and forth as well in this tweet, because, Bugcard had taken over as IGL, says George, and then, well, he drops this on the timeline as well. So, who really knows right now? But, still, cNeD not yet effectively re-signed with an organization, so maybe fielding some offers, and Starxo kind of saying, yeah, it could well be 100 Thieves, and Zeke saying the following, of course, as you can see right here. It was actually Zeke that did this tweet, as well as Starxo, as you can see. So, potentially, they're all dropping bait on the timeline. They might not be too concerned that cNeD's leaving. You might be telling them otherwise, but, who knows what's happening, right? It's tough to say. This, of course, also from Ardos, right? In negotiations to re-sign cNeD, live footage from Turkey, like, just dropping him all the cash in the world. Like, and if that's the case, then maybe he's going to rejoin the team. But, and still, maybe other organizations can field more significant monetary offers, and then cNeD's actually going to take up one of those opportunities somewhere or another. 100 Thieves seem to be the top team in the running potentially, but other North American and European teams also supposedly involved. But I can't really imagine he wants to leave the World Championship winning roster, but still, it's it's never out of the question, right? There's always this kind of thing that sometimes happens with, World Championship curses, when the team that actually wins ends up falling apart anyway at some point, because they never quite get to reach the success they had before. So maybe, cNeD's preempting that by moving to another team immediately after winning champions, but who knows? Also, Superman says this from the side of, from the Rise Nation side, we will be back stronger, he says, just, potentially looking at things saying, okay, Rise, they of course fell just about short to Cloud9 Blue at the last chance qualifier in the North American region after looking so good that event and taking some serious scalps, and effectively implying here they might, stick the team together and going to next year as well. As Derek says, I'm leaving the team. I don't imagine that's going to be the case, but still, I imagine they're going to sit together into next year. If you guys are fans, of course, and want to follow the Rise Nation squad going forwards, wanted to mention this as well before we close down the video. Just some discussion really about the current meta and the state of the game here in Valorant, because we imagine in January sometime they're probably going to make some serious changes, really, you would think, to the state of the game right now. I imagine some, agent nerfs and buffs to come through that the pros are going to find relatively interesting, I would imagine. And as EA says, all I want for Christmas is the Spectre's running accuracy nerfed. So that's the thing. Is it possible that it could actually get nerfed? We'll have to see on that front. But still, that is one of the concerns really the pros have with the Spectre. The fact that you just run around with it and you can just completely destroy people at close range without too much of an issue. Now, of course, generally SMGs tend to have this trait in other games as well, but still, maybe it's slightly too strong in this game right now. At some sort of angles, it's very difficult to deal with if you got a guy just flying at you with the Spectre. So maybe Gay's on the right lines here in terms of getting this changed, but still, maybe that's something that could be on their radar. It's like the kind of questions about the classic right click. Would that get changed from TenZ and stuff a while ago now? And some changes actually came through to that, but it was still certainly viable. We saw at Champions, so maybe some more changes coming through on that front, or maybe on this front at at the start of the year when they potentially make a pretty serious upgrade going into next season. Just wanted to finish off with these nice little Lion Man cards. I'm sure you guys may well enjoy. Just Champions cards, as you can see right here. So breaking down all the statistics from these players for the entirety of the event, and I'm pretty sure the final one, of course, is going to be the winners in a sense. We'll look at those cards tomorrow if Lion Man comes out with them later on today. But he did 3 sets of cards last night. Firstly, from Team Liquid, as you can see, it was Scream and Vera, the 2 technical top performers on this team. Kind of surprising to me that Link didn't overall didn't have the greatest stats, especially in their final series they lost to Ascending. Was not necessarily too pretty for them, because the entire, these guys were great the entire event really, but that one series against Ascend, they got completely bodied, and Link wasn't the best in that series. But I still think this guy's fantastic. Scream was playing like one of the best players, if not the best player in the world this event, to be honest. I think if they'd have won the entire thing, he would have been considered having that title, frankly. Nevera was there or thereabouts as well. Soulcast, Jappy, and Link also performing relatively nicely also. Of course, Crew Esports, it was cNeD really dominating most of the time. Definitely, it definitely depends on the roles these players play as to what sort of stats they're going to put up, so you can't really read into things all that much. But I just like looking at the overalls and the particular statistics and just seeing where they rank out of all the players, right, in terms of all these different stats is always kind of nice to see. Jet player in Nags, of course, was pretty good as well, but not quite the same stats as Dephh was putting up here with a Jet in hand as well. But understandably, on the Gambit side, it was Chronicle and Nats that were really leading the line. Nats, especially towards the end of the tournament, he was absolutely ridiculous. Chronicle early on was a real monster, but yeah, Nats certainly had some plays in the playoffs that really made you think, okay, wow, this guy might be the best player in the world. It's tough to say, right? There's a lot of great players in Valorant right now, but of course, they fell just short in the end to Ascend, but a phenomenal tournament run from these guys regardless. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button, tells the YouTube gods this is a good video, others like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Valorant community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.